We have heard detailed stories about some women in the Ramayana, but not about all of them. Let's talk about them chapter wise. To begin with, the Balkand. Mothers play an important role in the Balkand. Dashrath has three wives Kaushalya, Kaikeyi, and Sumitra. Not much is said about these women. Kaushalya hailed from Kausal, which was divided into two parts. One side was ruled by Dashrath and the other by Kaushalya's brother. To maintain peace, Kaushalya was married off to Dashrath. Hello and welcome to my channel. I am reading book Devlok with Devdutt Patnayak. And today I started reading part 28. So let's continue. There is an interesting story about Kaikeyi. She was from the kingdom of Kakya, which is now in Pakistan. The horses of this land were famous. Hence, her father was called Ashwapati, the keeper of horses, where Ashw is horse. He knew the language of animals. However, he had been told that he would die if he shared the knowledge with anyone. Once, when he is sitting in the garden with his wife, he overhears a conversation between two swans and laughs. His wife asks him what he heard, and he says he cannot tell her. Unthinkingly, his wife says, "If you love me, you'll tell me." The king wonders what kind of a wife does not care about her husband's life. He abandons her. So Kaikeyi grows up without a mother. Manthara raises her. When Ram was being taught by Vishwamitra, did he meet any woman? Woman plays an important role during Ram's education by Vashisht and Vishwamitra. When Ram goes into the forest, he engages with women at different levels. One is violent. He kills a Rakshasi called Tadka. Thus, the very first battle he wins is against a woman. And the other is kindness. The very first person he protects is also a woman named Ahilya. He kills one woman and saves another. He is taught that a king has to be ruthless sometime. When he hesitates to kill a woman, he is told not to look at the gender but at her actions. While Ahilya, he must repair her wrong, which may have been an accident, something which only a king can do. Ram learns about the two extreme aspects of a king, violent and kind. We haven't heard much about Lakshman's wife Urmila. The four wives of the four brothers were Sita, Urmila, Shrutkirti, and Mandavi, all King Janak's daughter. Urmila's stories are found in Lokathas. One story is about how Lakshman is approached by Nindra Devi when he is in the forest with Ram. He tells Nindra Devi that he cannot sleep because he has to serve Ram day and night. Instead, she should go to his wife, Urmila, and ask her to take his exhaustion and his sleep. Urmila accepts. As a result, she sleeps during the day for her husband and at night for herself, almost like Sleeping Beauty. She sleeps for 14 years, and Lakshman never gets tired. In this way, both husband and wife serve Ram and Sita. When Ram is in the forest, does he meet other women? Here too, women play an important role. It is said that when Sita is preparing to go to the forest, she starts wearing clothes appropriate for the forest. The cloths made of bark that the wives of rishis wore, the women of the palace object. Sita is a Kulvadhu, bride of the clan, and cannot dress like a sannyasin or someone who has renounced worldly life. She should dress like a bride, otherwise, there will be a negative influence, a bad omen, and it will bring bad luck into the home. So Sita goes like a princess to the forest, although it's depicted otherwise in pictures. In those times, it was believed that the Ghar ki Lakshmi, the Devi of the house, should always be well dressed and made up and look happy. Otherwise, it had be bad luck for the household. In the jungle, when Ram, Sita, and Lakshman go to Rishi Atri's ashram, they meet his wife Anusuya. She too advises Sita about Shringar and gives her a garment which will never get dirty. Through the 14 years the Sita is in the forest, her clothes are always clean and beautiful. The other famous encounter Ram has is with Supnakha. She is a woman of the forest and wants to have relation with Ram, who refuses. Then Lakshman also turns her down and cuts off her nose. It's a very violent episode. There are many lokathas about Shobnakha as well, especially in the South Indian tradition. One talks of a husband, Vidyutji. There is an argument between him and her brother Ravan, during which Vidyutji, who has a big tongue and mouth, gobbles Ravan up. Ravan then asks Supnakha to pull him out of her husband's stomach. Supnakha knows that if she does so, she will lose her husband. Ravan promises to make her son the Uttradhikari, the heir to the throne, if she saves him. So Supnakha pulls her brother out and her husband dies. Later, Ravan forgets his promise and makes his son Meghnath the heir. Supnakha is roaming around in the forest, distrustful of all men. Here, Lakshman accidentally kills her son. Supnakha goes looking for her son's killer and comes upon Ram. Seeing his beauty and grace, she falls in love with him and forgets all her brother's wrongdoings and the murder of her son. You find many such stories in Lok-kathas. This story about Lakshman cutting off Supnakha's nose is a very violent one. There's also Tadka's story. There are stories in the Ramayana about violence against women. Supnakha's story is significant. She is sexually aroused, wants to have relations with these handsome men. She is a Rakshasi and has no understanding of marriage, fidelity, etc. She is simply following her desires. To stop her, rather than just push her away, they cut off her nose. After this incident, Ram's life is invaded by misfortune and sorrow. Sita is abducted. There is a war. Even after they return to Ayodhya, he has to give up Sita. Ram and Sita's relationship breaks down. This incident is a turning point. This is to show karma. You may feel you have done a good deed, but every action bears a fruit. So, this is it for today. I'll continue this part in my next video. Till then, keep listening beautiful stories and keep smiling.